Hello, YouTubers. My name is X Factor with some Battlefield 4 news, and the news is there's more news to come on the news that was released today. Are you confused yet? Well, I was too until I read the Battlelog post. Over the last couple weeks and month, there's been a lot of hype and speculation about another year of development when they opened up the calendar on Battlelog. Then, of course, several of the CTE developers making specific tweets or interactions between community members and several Reddit posts, all alluding to one or more potential DLCs. The plan was for this. There was supposed to be a massive news rollout today, but last minute the CTE developers had their hands tied, hushed just a little bit about what they could and could not reveal. And here's my speculation on the news, talking about a 6th and 7th potential DLC, a whole nother year of development. This might have something to do with investor calls and financials. That might have tied this up just a little bit, but the CTE developers have confirmed it's a done deal. It's still coming. They just can't say what. I have a feeling this goes way beyond battle packs, glorious XP boosters, knives, camos, and then anything else you can think of, the glitz, the glam, the aesthetic things that we get on a weekly basis in Battlefield 4. The post is titled Battlefield 4 and the Road Ahead, and in all caps, Final Stand is not the end. They've confirmed that. They talk about how this has been a thrilling year for Battlefield 4. They deployed several expansion packs, launched a community test environment, and done several updates and tweaks to constantly improve the gameplay experience. They also talk about what we as a community has given back to the developers is even more noteworthy. They've seen so much inspiring creativity and competitiveness in the Battlefield community, and they've had tons of fun together with us. And here's where the speculation train continues. Next, they ask for our input on classic maps. DICE is aware and humbled by the many requests of recreating classic Battlefield maps within the Battlefield 4 universe. Now DICE has a question for us. If a reimagining of a Battlefield classic map was to happen, which map would that be? DICE has actually set up a SurveyMonkey link, which is going to be down below. And you can vote on several maps from several different Battlefield games. Every major Battlefield title is there. We're not just talking about Battlefield 3 maps. Bad Company 2, 1942, Battlefield 2. Some of your favorite Battlefield games. It looks like they're going all the way back. Remember, you can vote for several different maps per Battlefield title, so it's not just one map per title, so let your voice be heard on that. Now, here's the bad news regarding all of this. We're waiting on more news to come. That's the confirmation of a 6th and 7th DLC, potentially. But of course, what maps might be reimagined for that? We could be waiting till they unveil this to investors on an investor's call. Why is that important? Because EA is a publicly traded company. They are a stock. And if they go to release a 6th and 7th DLC, open up the development cycle again for Battlefield 4, that not only costs money for DICE and EA, but it can also make DICE and EA a lot of money. Gives more value to the stock. A better quarter, maybe a better half for EA when it comes to the Battlefield franchise. We all know that Battlefield 4 did not sell as hot as Battlefield 3. They're probably still looking to recoup some of those losses or the flat sales. And that more than likely had to do with the horrific launch that Battlefield 4 had. This is one of the worst launches I've ever seen of any game, and that's saying a lot because I played such gems such as the most recent SimCity. Now, I'm really hoping that DICE and EA does not try to monetize this, attach it to premium, or have it as a standalone DLC. This would be a great way to bridge the gap between the launch of Battlefield 4 and the first 6 months when the developers were nowhere to be seen. The game was not stable, both client and server side, not to mention all the crazy bugs and balance issues. Remember back when this game launched, the developers were absolutely silent on Twitter, on Reddit, and of course their actual forums? I do. This would be a great way to mend those wounds. Looking forward to future DICE releases. I do think we can all agree when DICE CTE took over, the game started making great changes in a pretty timely fashion. And CTE is not done by any means. They continue to post new updates every couple days. Now they're back done with Holiday and have talked about a very, very big vanilla patch come January. My question is this: what do you think about these maps? What are some of your favorites? I had no idea that they could potentially open this up to all the major Battlefield titles. I was just thinking Battlefield 3. I would love some White Pass and Erica Harbor, but I would also love some old school BF2 mixed in with a little Battlefield 3 and maybe even a touch of 2142. Don't forget to check out the Battle Log post down below, and more importantly, the survey. Let your voice be heard. And remember, the CTE developers are chomping at the bit to release what is coming, but they simply can't because their hands are tied by EA or DICE. What do you guys think about all this? Are you super excited? Is the hype over 9,000? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.